Hello again, everybody. This is John and Glenn with BestPriceNutrition.com. Today we're going to be covering the adverse effects of alcohol on muscle development. We're doing this because we have a supportive, persistent user that's been asking us to do it, and so we're going to do it for him because he keeps asking, and we're happy to do it. Yeah. And it actually is a question that people do ask from time to time, so it's actually good to get a video out there because, you know, one of the main questions we get is, you know, I want to put on muscle, but I also like to drink on the weekends or, you know, a few times a month. So let's go ahead and cover it.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, if you're somebody who's really serious about you know, bodybuilding or a sport in particular, and you're looking to get the maximized benefit out of working out, you generally don't want to drink because drinking alcohol or consuming alcohol inhibits protein synthesis, which means
slows it down.
Slows it down, I should say.
You're not as efficient.
You're not as efficient as to build muscle. Essentially.
It's a toxin. You're putting a toxin in your body, you know, and your liver has to work to break it down and all of that stuff. So that's number one. Two, it's empty calories.
It is empty calories. Alcohol has 7 calories per gram. A lot of people think if you know, drink like I think Bacardi or vodka that there's no calories. There actually is calories.
It's lower because if you do a Diet Coke, you're not getting the sugar. But like you said, you're not getting the. There's no benefit to those calories. Hence
your body doesn't use it for anything.
It's toxic.
It's toxic.
Now, you will hear studies and stuff that'll say, hey, if I have wine and stuff, it's good for you and stuff like that. That's true. There's resveratrol in wine, but the truth is that, yes, wine is good for us. But wine and drinking like that once in a while, like a drink a day or whatever, when you see those studies are good, it's because of our lifestyles, because of stress, and because of external things, and the alcohol is almost an escape from that. So in a perfect world, which we don't live in, it wouldn't be good for you because it's still a toxin. It still would not be good for you. But because we live hectic lives, and we have work, and we have school, and we have all these other things going on, that stress relief of letting go of your mind, and it shows you how powerful your mind is, it is actually good for you. Yeah. You know, and again, aside from the benefit of like resveratrol, which seems to work best when it is in alcohol. It has to do with the fermentation. So that's something else to consider. Also, sometimes when you drink, it's really the decisions you make when you drink. You know, sometimes you drink and you're like, okay, but then you go out and get burritos, or you're at White Castles, or wherever you go late at night sometimes, right? I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you'll have a few drinks, and then after that, you're not thinking about eating healthy. So afterwards, you get hungry, and you eat bad food. You know, that's why they make these late night places.
Yeah, you compound, you know, the original problem, and then the next day, you know, is, you know, you feel good, and maybe you don't work out. But the thing is if you do go out and you drink like that, and just understand that the next day it's a new day, so start fresh and move on, you know. So we don't want to over dramatize this because you can drink, you know, on the weekend or something like that and still be in very good shape, look good, and do really well. It's just saying all things being equal. It's always better off not to, but you still got to live, and if it's fun for you and you're safe, then by all means. If you're an adult, you're old enough to make that decision, great. The effects are not gonna. It's not gonna be the difference between you having a six-pack and not if you go out on a Saturday and you have a few beers. You know, I mean, it's just not. That's not going to be the rate limiting factor. There's going to be some other things. Is it good? No, but it's not like this terrible thing where it's like, oh no, I can't do this or I can't do that. It's okay. And we'd recommend not going crazy and, you know, drinking yourself into a stupor. I mean, that's another thing to consider.
Yeah, if it's controlled and it's something that, you know, you're going out every once in a while and having a good time, and it's not an everyday thing, then, you know, like John says, by all means, it's not the best thing for you, but if it's helping you with relieving stress, it's not going to be the limiting factor of what your ultimate physique is going to be, or if you're going to be able to reach that goal.
And especially if you're staying within that, you know, I guess what we'll call therapeutic range of 1 or 2 glasses of, you know, wine or an equivalent amount of another booze. It seems that wine tends to have a better effect, and I think it's more because of the resveratrol. It's red wine specifically, but that's. Yeah, that's that. I mean, really, I don't know.
I mean, another thing to pay attention to also is that alcohol does have a diuretic effect. So if you have some water, generally you have a drink, have a glass of water. Not only will that help you to combat the diuretic effect, it'll also help you in the long run throughout the night, so you're not drinking as much.
More volume in your stomach, you know, is going to tend to slow you down and stuff, and. Yeah, and there's some stuff out there too about eating and drinking. Sometimes it's not the best thing to do in terms of health, you know, actually combining food and booze. Now the other thought is people, well, I do it on an empty stomach, and then that's even worse. So there's conflicting stuff. It really depends. I mean, we're by no means experts on the best way to drink.
Yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is your body's going to metabolize alcohol at a constant rate. You know,
It's going to be relative to your tolerance, your body weight, and all that stuff. The biggest thing is be safe. When you do drink, just don't go bonkers. You know, you can go out and have a few drinks and not go past that point where you're on another planet, and then you're really making some bad decisions. You know, for our purposes, what we're discussing in terms of your diet, and your foods, and things like that. Start the next day fresh. You know, have a good breakfast, hydrate, and go work out. Go do your thing. But
you can get a really good workout.
Doing it every day, getting drunk every day, that will inhibit you from getting that six-pack. That will inhibit you from building muscle. That's a bad thing, And typically, the older you get, the less you're going to be able to get away with, because your endocrine system and just your entire body, it's not going to be able to recover as well from that, because you're trying to recover from workouts and stuff. So I think we covered everything. I mean, there's again, So I'm sure there's other stuff, but again, always be safe, and try to make good decisions. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments section of the video or the blog. Also, you can check us out on Facebook.com/BestPriceNutrition. Thank you.
Thank you.